Hi, good afternoon, and welcome back to Tuesday Talks with Jake. I am your host, Jake Carter, and I cannot hear myself on these headphones, but you can hear me, right?
I can
Yeah.
hear you.
So I had to cancel my show last week because I was doing some important schoolwork. You gotta, schoolwork comes before club work, I would say. But last week I was gonna bring um my friend here, Laura and Molly on because they played our Wicked Witch and Glinda and Wizard of Oz, but I couldn't. So I decided to just do it this week, because the show is now officially over. I really wanted to do it last week because like we still had the show going on, but we had the first 2 days done. So now, the show's over though. So please introduce yourself and tell everyone who you play in the show.
I'm Laura. I played Glinda, one of the Glindas in Wizard of Oz.
And yeah, so I guess I might as well start off by how are you feeling now that the show's over?
I'm still locked in. Like, I thought that I would immediately be like, okay, time to return to normal life. In my mind, I am still Glinda, and I still have to go to play practice. I don't know when that's gonna stop.
I know that I get that feeling too. Is like post show depression.
It's not even post-show depression. It's just like I've been so locked in for so long.
I know that's how I feel too because like there's still events that are happening. Like there's one happening tonight that I'm going to. Like the guest that's on. Are you going to
Yeah,
that
I'm
tonight?
going to
Yeah,
that.
I'm going to that because like despite me being done and me being tired, I don't want to stop doing things. Like I still want to keep running my creative juices until I'm just done.
Yeah.
Like because I'm ready to go home, but at the same time I'm not ready. Like I'm in a weird mixture of things. Like I need to finish out the semester strong.
Yeah.
Even though I'm done.
Yeah, and like my friends outside of performing arts, like my friends I live with, my friends in my sorority, they're all like, "Oh, the show's over now. You can finally hang out with us." And now I still have things going on like every single night.
Yeah. Last night I went to the movie night we had because they watched Nightmare Before Christmas. And Tristan just kept telling us the only like part that the best part about Nightmare Before Christmas is when Jack gets shot down by the military.
Exactly.
Which I haven't seen Nightmare Before Christmas in forever, and like I barely remember it, so I don't remember that scene. So when they're all shooting at him, he's just like, they're celebrating.
My door in my building, we wrote Jack Skellington hate room on it because we all are not fans of that man. So yeah, when he
You don't like that movie?
I love that movie. I just hate Jack Skellington.
Why?
I think he's a horrible protagonist. He's so mean to Sally. He
Unless
only cares about Sally when she's useful to him.
Yeah. And like, well, another thing about that movie is that like there's a common debate with that movie. I have two friends back home that I remember they had an argument about it. It's whether or not you should watch Nightmare Before Christmas in Halloween or Christmas.
Halloween.
I think after watching it last night, I would say you need to watch it during Halloween. Like
nobody sits down on like a cozy snowy night with their hot chocolate and they're like, what should we watch? Nightmare Before Christmas.
My brother watches it on Christmas though, because like, yeah, I don't know why he's weird like that,
He's
but
wrong.
like, it's like I think you should watch it on Halloween. It makes more like because
It's
well,
a
like
Halloween movie.
it's still a disturbing movie, like even though it's
Yeah.
Christmas, like that's the
It's
whole
Tim Burton.
that's the whole like point of it. No, but like that movie is a fever dream. Just Tim Burton in general is like a fever dream director. Like
No,
his
for
movies
real.
are so bizarre.
I loved him growing up. I was like Edward Scissorhands. That
Mm.
was my movie.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that movie, but I know it.
That one's so good.
The Tim Burton movies I've seen parts of Beetlejuice. So I've seen Batman, obviously. I've seen Nightmare Before Christmas. What else have I seen? I know he's made more than that. Oh, Alice in Wonderland, of course.
Am I
like,
crazy? That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, Alice in
How could I
Wonderland,
forget
yeah.
that? That's in my top 4 on my Letterboxd.
People like I say that he's definitely like the definition of like the Halloween director.
Yeah.
Of everything.
But Alice in Wonderland is year
I'm so
round.
annoyed I can't hear myself on these headphones. Like it's so annoying. Like I feel weird like having them on. Like, but I don't like having them off either because last episode like John and Jen were on and I had them off and then like when I listened to it back, John was kind of far away from the mic, so I was just like, "Oh, it sounds fine, but it's just like he's not close enough." And we couldn't tell because we didn't have the headphones
Yeah.
on, so like that was the problem. Anyway, I guess I'll ask you the questions that I've asked everyone else. But what got you into performing? Would you say?
So my mom went to Iona, first of
Oh,
all, and
really? I
she
didn't
was
know
in
that.
Players. She's done theater her whole life. She was in Wizard of Oz. She way back when she was the lion. She
Really?
was, yeah. And so and then I have 3 older sisters, and she got all of them into music and performing, and, of course, I followed suit 'cause, I was seeing all of my sisters' musicals, I was seeing their concerts, I was probably, like, 8 the first time I performed on stage, and it was just in, like, an Easter pageant at my church, and then my first, like, real show was, Shrek,
Interesting.
I was
Wait, who'd you
9.
play in Shrek?
I was just in the ensemble, like, my whole family was in it. It's like my both of my parents were in it, and then 2 of my 3 sisters were in it, so I don't know, I think that was a good, like, introduction to theater, and then I just kinda got stuck with it.
I can't remember what when my first show was. I don't think I ever talked about it with anybody, but I can't remember what mine was. Like, I think I just was in a show when I was, like, 3 years old, and I think that just has been a thing my whole life. Like, I cannot remember when my first show was, like, ever. Like,
I'm sure, like, I had, school plays before that where, you have your script in front of you the whole
yeah.
time, but I just don't remember. So long ago.
Would you say Glinda has been, like, a dream role for you?
Oh, absolutely. Like, well, Glinda in Wicked is one of my dream roles, but, I'm saying that I achieved it. I'm saying it counts.
'Cause, like, Glinda in this show, like, I think Amelia was talking about this because Amelia was the other Glinda. She's also our drama club president. Um, Glinda is very different than how she is in Wicked, because Glinda in Wizard of Oz is very much just the Deus Ex Machina of the show.
Yeah.
She's like in the this is
No,
a wei
literally,
this
I've
is
never
a
thought of it
this is
that
a
way.
weird comparison, but, she's the eagle in Angry Birds. You ever play Angry Birds and you
And
press,
she
like
just
and you
appears
press the
some
eagle eye? She's the thing that she's like the help, the plot convenience that will help you get around things. While Glinda in Wicked has her own like character arc, like she's like the popular girl, and then like she gets humbled, and then
Yeah.
I love her character arc in Wicked, and I'm so excited to see. I assume you're excited for.
Oh,
Wicked.
absolutely.
I've
That
asked literally everybody this question, but I might as well ask you: Are you excited for Wicked Part Two?
I'm excited for Wicked
Oh
Part
yeah,
2.
I know I've talked about this multiple times, but yeah, I'm pretty stoked for it though. I know they're like adding stuff to it, which makes sense because like it's only like because
Yeah.
it Act Two is usually shorter in some shows. Our Act Two is not that short.
Yeah. No, yeah, like, my sister, when the movie came out last year, she kept talking about how she couldn't wait for Act 2 because Act 2 had all her favorite songs, but in my mind, I was like, "That's the boring act. That's the one that doesn't have Defying Gravity."
Yeah, Act Two like tries to like connect itself to Wizard. Actually, no, I don't want to give away spoilers to anyone who hasn't seen it because like people, yeah, because Juliana yelled at me because I accidentally spoiled one thing about one of the
I'm
characters
sorry,
becoming a
that show's been
character.
out for
But
20
like,
years. It's like when you say, "Oh, I was watching Harry Potter," and when Dobby died and everyone's like,
a
spoilers," and I'm like,
spoiler.
"That
hopefully,
movie's so
hopefully
old."
Juliana isn't watching this though because she's still watching Harry Potter. When I bring her back on here, I gotta ask her more about Harry Potter. I don't know who I'm gonna bring on here next after this, but I think I might start bringing on singers. Just because
Curious,
like
yeah.
we have a lot of events. We got Radio City coming up.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Oh
about
yeah, it's
that.
in like 2 weeks, which feels weird. Like
It's
I,
like it's not connecting in my head that we have Radio City and then our actual concert.
yeah, that's weird because like October like flew by in
Oh,
like
for real.
5 minutes. Like I woke up today and I saw it was like, what is it? It's the 28th. I was like, it's 28th already. Like September was like super long. This was super short.
For
Like
real.
September was a very traumatic month, though. A lot of things happening.
I was having a great time during September. It's so funny, like, everyone on TikTok was like, "This was the worst month ever," and I was like, "I had so many good things
I didn't think it
happen,"
was
like
well. It wasn't a great month, but like it was an okay month for me. Like that's when I was getting acquainted with college and everything. Like it was just bad in forms of media. Like there were a lot of bad things happening in the world. Like
that's
arguably, I'd say that the saddest thing I talked about this before, but the saddest thing was just what happened with the singer David.
Oh my
I was so
god.
devastated. I
Like,
was like, no, why?
I put on Tangerine by Damiano David the other day, and David
Oh, it's
is a
oh.
guest on it, and when it got to his part, it wasn't him singing, Damiano had recorded over it. And
Oh.
it caught me so off guard, and, like, I was like, "Okay, I guess that makes sense, but it's still so
That's
sad."
interesting because, like, I was listening to this version of, you know, the song, "Somebody's Watching Me," you
Mhm.
know? "Somebody's watching me." That song, Michael Jackson in that song, like, he's, like, featured on the song, and I was listening to a version where it was that version, but Michael Jackson's part was, like, cut out. Someone else was singing over that part, and I wonder if it was because of the controversy that came with him, because like,
I
Disney Plus did that too. They, like, removed the Michael Jackson Simpsons episode from The Simpsons, which I was like, "Is it all because of this one little controversy he did?" Like, I don't understand,
Yeah,
like
that's, like, one of my unpopular opinions, like, although, like, when people are like, "Oh, John Lennon was such a bad guy," I'm like, "I know, but he's still a Beatle."
yeah, like,
Same with,
he's
I don't like JK Rowling at all, I think
oh,
she's a
me either, I
horrible
don't
person.
yeah,
End of the day, she still made Harry Potter.
exactly, like, you gotta support the art, not the artist, like,
Yeah.
that's why I say, like, I was
And, like,
watching
erasing it doesn't do
and
anything.
also I was watching this interview of Tom Felton, and they were asking, like, "How do you feel about the JK Rowling controversy?" And he just goes, "Oh, I haven't really been really in tune with it because, you know," and everyone got mad at him for that, but I'm like, he doesn't know because he's not really involved with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's grateful for her because she gave him a career.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
he got the role of
how could you
Draco
not
because of
be,
her.
like, as an
He doesn't
11-year-old?
really he doesn't is he's not in tune with it, and, like, everyone was like, "Tom Felton supports JK Rowling." I'm like, "No, he doesn't." He just says, like,
There's
"I'm"
a difference between saying, "I don't know about this," and saying, "I
and
agree
Tom
with
Felton
this."
didn't say the words like, "Oh, I don't support I support her because she doesn't support this." I'm like, "No, he didn't say that.
People just hear what they wanna
He just said
hear.
he doesn't fully understand it." Like, people bended his words. Like,
Yeah.
I was watching the interview because, like, Tom Felton's come back to Harry Potter
I'm
and
so
Cursed
excited.
Child, which I wanna go see Cursed Child again just because he's
Me
in it.
too, I'm so
Like,
excited.
um, no, I'm super stoked. Cursed Child is, like, a crazy show.
Hot take,
Um,
Cursed Child's my favorite Harry Potter.
really? That
I
is a
am
hot
such a
take.
controversial Harry Potter
Cursed
fan.
Child
Like
and, like, because well, I've talked about this multiple times, like, I told you how, like, when I was in high school, I had Cursed Child, like
yeah.
yeah, and, um, Cursed Child for me, I'm kinda divided on it because when I saw it, I liked it, but the things that I don't like are I don't like Harry in the show, like, I don't
Yeah.
like Harry because Harry is a horrible person, he's a horrible father, but people say, "Oh, it's because he didn't have good parents." I'm like, "That makes no sense,
He
then why"
didn't have
yeah, he didn't
parents.
have parents. He lived with his aunt and uncle and his fat cousin. Like he
And,
like
like, what's so great about Harry, it's the same thing with, like, Disney princesses, is, like, they go through, like,
an arc.
hit after hit after
Yeah,
hit, and they are still good people, like
exactly. Like Harry Potter and Spider-Man arguably are like I actually wrote about this in like a a thing for my ELA class. Like we were asked this question, like, why do writers make the main character so relatable? I thought, okay, Harry Potter and Spider-Man both have awful lives, but we relate to them and but they live in normal areas, but like we can relate to them though, because they've been through so much. Like
yeah.
arguably Spider-Man and Harry Potter are actually very similar. I don't think a lot of people
No,
realize
they
like how
so
similar.
are,
Yeah.
like
They both live with their aunt and uncle, even though, well, arguably a lot of fictional characters start with their uncle. Like, you know, Luke Skywalker lived with his aunt and
right.
uncle. Frodo Baggins lived with his uncle. Like,
Bilbo's his uncle?
yeah, Bill was his
I did
uncle.
not know
You
that.
know that? I forgot he was his uncle. I thought he was his father.
I haven't watched that movie in
You haven't
so
seen Lord
long.
of the Rings in
Like,
so long.
probably since 8th grade.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
I've rewatched the movies this year. I was talking about it last time with John because we were telling Jen about how weird the Hobbit book is because of how like you know the
I
Hobbit though. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
I read it way back
We were
when.
talking about how weird it is the fact that the whole book they're hyping up the dwarves and Bilbo going to fight the dragon, and then they don't even kill the dragon. The bard, the normal human guy, kills him, and then in the movie he doesn't die. They give him more of a character arc, but we don't care about him. Like
Yeah.
the Hobbit movies are weird because I somewhat like the Hobbit movies. Like I like some parts of them, but I will admit they're not as good as Lord of the Rings though.
I
Like
like them for what they are.
they just add a bunch of stuff in there to make it 3 movies, which, like, granted was weird, but it's like Warner Brothers just want money. They
Yeah.
just want money.
And honestly, I know when these movies are just doing cash grabs, and I eat it up every time.
I haven't seen, like going back to Harry Potter, like, I haven't seen the Fantastic Beasts movies, like, because I didn't really care enough to watch them, but then they were like, "Oh, but Dumbledore's in them." I'm like, "What?"
I
I'm like,
don't like
"Yeah,
Dumbledore.
you don't like the Dumbledore." Yeah, I don't. Dumbledore's
He's
not.
reckless.
Yeah, like people like he has some like cool lines in the movies, but like he's not the greatest. He's not a good mentor
I
though.
think like
Like
my thing is as I've gotten older and like after being a nanny and working in schools is I think about like my students and like, when they were around, Harry Potter age, I'm like, if I was just letting them go into a dungeon where
yeah,
there's like a giant snake that
they
could
Dumbledore.
what teacher does that?
Arguably, I have a question though. Which school would you say is worse though, Hogwarts or Professor Charles' School of Gifted Youngsters?
Goodness. Honestly, Hogwarts.
Yeah, Hogwarts is worse.
Because at least they're like at least they kind of know what's going on in
Yeah.
X-Men. Like, but Harry was completely clueless and they threw him to the wolves.
Yeah, but
Poor little guy.
I would say Charles's mention's worse than the movies because in the first movie, Charles Xavier goes unconscious, and the X-Men leave the entire school unguarded. And then in the second movie, they get attacked by Stryker and stuff. Like, yeah.
That's like the same thing with like my issues with Glinda. Like I say this all the time. I'm like, you've always had the power to return to
I hate that
Kansas, and I'm
line.
like, she's 11.
That line.
She couldn't figure this out on her
Dorothy's
own.
11?
She's 11.
I didn't know she was 11.
Like you found this little
She's
11-year-old
11?
girl.
I didn't know she was 11.
Yeah, you find this little girl who's just like, I just want to go home, and you're like, all right, walk miles to the Emerald City and figure it out on your own.
No.
Help the poor girl.
That line drives me crazy because, like, also in Wicked, there's a train. They
There's
take
a
a train to Oz, which, okay,
and it goes past the Yellow Brick Road.
I bet you $10 in Wicked Part 2, Elphaba is going to destroy that train or something. They're going to
Probably.
explain something to why the train isn't work because
otherwise Glinda's just so petty.
there are other things that I have issues with. I'm just going to spoil Wicked. I don't care anymore.
Period.
I think, and this is something that I never understood, did Fiyero know that Elphaba was the witch, or did he, like, because I always thought that he lost his memory, and that's why he doesn't have a brain, because he's Scarecrow. Like,
I never understood
I
that.
didn't understand that. Okay, Bach being Tin Man, I understand. The Lion, I understood. Fiyero being Scarecrow always confused me.
And my other question is like when Scarecrow and Tin Man, if we're considering,
do they
Wicked
know
canon,
that? Does he know it's Bach?
Yeah,
or does he know it's Fiyero? Like
in the original movie, if we're considering Wicked canon, if he like when they start talking, at no point was Fiyero like, wait, didn't we go to school together?
Yeah, like because they talk in the movie. I don't remember if they talk in the Broadway show though. In the movie, they have like a rivalry over Glinda.
They definitely talk in the show. I remember.
Yeah, I haven't seen the show in forever. So, but
I saw it last 2 years ago, but like I have a clear memory.
Going
of them
back to like lines like that when it comes to Glinda being like, you always had the power to go back home. I was helping out with this one show this summer. I was helping out with the show Peter Pan, and there's this one line in the opening scene that drives me insane. It's when Peter breaks into Wendy's house and chases the shadow. When Wendy sees Peter in the script, this is not the Disney version. This is a different version of Peter Pan.
I know which one you're talking about.
So this is like a different version.
I loved this one growing up.
But she goes over to him and she just goes, "Boy, why are you crying?" And I'm sitting there thinking, no, she should have been like, "Boy, get out of my house. What are you doing in here?" Like that line drives me insane. Like shows have such weird lines like that where it's just you're not going to question the logic. Like
Wendy
Dorothy, you're not going to question the fact that Glinda lied to you and gaslit you pretty much. Like
no, it's like Dorothy, Alice, and Wendy are all the little girls in blue dresses who end up in magical worlds.
That is so real.
They're all a little stupid.
They're all gullible. Like another thing is that I remember in the script when we were reading it, when the witch like is about to like light Scarecrow on fire, she goes, "What's the matter, Scarecrow? Don't you want to be my old flame?" I'm like, was that a reference to Wicked or was that like not a reference?
Referencing Wicked in the 30s. Just predicting.
Because like that script, like,
because that
one's old.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember like I think I showed you this, but there's an edit I saw where someone pointed out how like in the show we learned that like at the end when Dorothy goes back to Kansas, Miss Gulch like got killed apparently in a tornado or something. Like she got hit with a telephone pole.
I didn't think she got killed. I thought she was just injured.
She was injured. So, and Toto's like, she's like, that means Toto's safe. I'm like, no, she's still going to come after her. And then even in the movie, they point out, hey, Dorothy, you're back in Kansas, but what about Miss Gulch? Somebody made an edit of the ending where they photoshopped Miss Gulch like stabbed into like a telephone pole.
Oh
I showed it to people during our read through and they were like, what is this? So
No, I wasn't at the read through, so
oh,
I
you were?
never
Oh,
saw
so
that.
when we
I
read
had
that,
class.
Robert, our scarecrow, looked at me and he was like, and we were like, okay, this has to be from this script. Like somebody was inspired from this script and made that edit because it's like it's only plausible because if the witch is dead in Oz, that means Miss Gulch is also dead. Like, because
Does it?
well, because like Wizard of Oz like is supposed to be like a parallel universe to Kansas, which in Wicked it's not the case, which I find kind
Yeah.
of weird. But then again, if you try to think about if it is, if Fiero Bach and the Lion are supposed to be the parallel versions of Hickory, Zeke, and Hunk, wouldn't that mean if Hunk is the Hunk, right? I think Hunk's Scarecrow. Hunk's the
Yeah. Yeah.
Max played Hunk, right? Yeah.
Yes.
If Hunk is the parallel version of Fiero, wouldn't that mean that Hunk was rich at some point in his life and then lost all his money?
I mean, I guess.
And if Bach is supposed to be Hickory, actually no, that one's okay. That one's fine.
Yeah, that one makes sense in my mind.
Well, does that mean that like Hickory had a crush on Auntie M? Because Auntie M's supposed to be Glinda. In the script, it says that Auntie
Yeah,
M
but
is supposed to be Glinda, and Uncle Henry is supposed to be the guard.
in the original movie, Auntie M and Uncle Henry are their original character, are just like their own character. Whereas Margaret Hamilton is Miss Gulch, and the Wicked Witch.
That made sense. And
then like for the stage show, they were like, okay, let's just make Auntie M also
and Uncle Henry the guard, which also made sense. And it makes sense why Uncle Henry and Professor Marvel are together at the end.
Oh yeah,
Because it's
Professor
supposed
Marvel
to be.
as well.
Professor Marvel being wizard, obviously, that makes sense as well. I just find it funny how we just dressed Liam in the same outfit as Jared. They don't look alike. But Juliana gave everybody like the Wizard of Oz book, and I was looking at it. In the book, the wizard looks like Bilbo Baggins, which makes way more sense. Because in our show, Jared is just a towering, muscular man.
No, that was so funny. Like when I found out that, because I wasn't at the read through, so I had to ask. I asked Jack, who was playing everyone, and I was imagining, like, I don't know, maybe Lucas as the wizard, like somebody kind of scrawny and like nerdy looking. Sorry, Lucas,
I really
you're
wanted
wonderful,
to be the wizard. The wizard is like a dream role of mine. And I wasn't, but I'm very happy I got to be Uncle Henry though, because I like that I got to open the show pretty much. So that's also been a dream of mine to open a show. Like I always wondered like what's it like to open a show, because I had a friend of mine who played the Sorting Hat in Harry Potter: The Cursed Child. She got to open the show, I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like
that part of the show is so beautiful.
Cursed Child. Anyway, let's go back to Harry Potter. I know we're jumping around a lot, but Cursed Child, like a lot of people don't like that story. Like people have trashed it, and like I don't understand all the hate. Like I get Voldemort having a daughter, spoilers, is stupid. Yeah. Like
a long time ago.
But like
it's no, yeah, I definitely like it definitely feels kind of like fan fiction-y.
Yeah.
But also I'm a big Marauders fan, so I love all of that fan fiction. I love things that aren't canon.
There's this guy I watch. His name is Movie Flame. You ever watched him? He's like the Harry Potter YouTube expert. He's what I actually watched to help me understand all the lore
of the Marauders fandom.
No, of Harry Potter.
Oh, okay.
Well, he also watched. He read all the Marauders fan fiction. He has an over 2-hour video discussing. I spent my life reading all of this, and I am going to tell you all of it.
And it's amazing.
But the stuff I do like in Cursed Child, though, I like the relationship between Albus and Scorpius. I think it's great. When I saw it, I remember my dad looked at me. I was like, "Are they gay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are," and I'm totally okay with that.
Did you see the full version or the condensed version?
I saw the condensed version on Broadway, but I discovered a lot of scenes on YouTube at somebody like Slime Tutorial. There's a scene when Scorpius is in the dark world, the world where Harry Potter's dead and Albus doesn't exist. There's a scene with him and his father that I never saw before.
That's not in the.
Yeah, no.
Because I saw the full thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there's a scene where Draco like argues with Scorpius, and I'm like, where's this been? And then there's a scene also when Albus, when they first correct time, Albus is in Gryffindor all of a sudden. And then Hermione's his teacher. There was a cut scene with Hermione.
Wait, that's not how. Yeah, that's not, like a central part of the story.
I know they cut a lot out of it.
Like I was literally just thinking about this yesterday. My sister saw the condensed version, and I realized I never asked her what got cut out. And I don't know.
I unfortunately had to pee at one point during when I first saw it. So I was like, okay, Act 1 should be over soon. And Staircase Ballet starts, and I'm like,
I love Staircase
Ballet. Okay,
this
feels like a appropriate ending to Act 1. Then it just kept going and going. I was like, okay, I have to go. So I got up to use the bathroom halfway through. Most embarrassing theater experience. I had to climb through people. Like, I had started a quiet scene too when Albus and
Wow.
Scorpius were like, "You've been a bad friend," and I'm climbing through people, and I'm like, okay. So I'm in the bathroom and I hear them screaming at each other on stage. I'm like, how many arguments are in this show? Like, and so I come back just as like Act One's wrapping up when like Umbridge shows up, and now I'm like, that ending though, arguably, like I love a good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like cliffhangers, like when Umbridge came out, I actually was like, because I hate Umbridge. Like,
Because at that point, like in the full version, that's when you leave the theater, you
Yeah.
go get your dinner.
I
you
know, yeah.
discuss-
I might as well ask this too. What do you think are some of the greatest cliffhangers to any show or movie?
This is a hard.
Because I was thinking about
question.
this too on the way here, because like
I don't
'cause-
know.
I was thinking about like The Hobbit too. Like the cliffhanger to that movie is insane. When like Smaug is like, "All right, you know what? I'm really sick of this. I'm just gonna burn down the village." And then he's like, "I am fire." And then Bilbo looks at the camera and just goes, "What have we done?" And it cuts to black. It's one of the coolest cliffhangers ever. Like,
Oh, have you seen The Society?
no, I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna explain it really quickly. So basically, it's kind of like Lord of the Flies, where
That book, yeah.
it's kind of based off of that. These high schoolers, they're going on a school trip. They all get on the bus, they leave town, and then for whatever reason, they have to turn around and go back to town, and they like postpone their trip. And when they get back, they get like all dropped off and all good.
Yeah.
Okay. They all get dropped off. The bus driver leaves, and before they can like tell the bus driver anything's wrong, like, he leaves and they realize that everybody in the town has disappeared. So they try to leave to go find help, and it's just woods for miles and miles, which is not how it used to be. And at the end of the show, like a few characters die during season 1, and including a dog. A dog dies in it. And at the very end of the show, I'm totally spoiling the show, but it
It's
came
fine.
out long enough ago. I don't think that was correct English. Whatever. So there's a dog that dies, and at the end of the show, you see the dog running through town and runs up to the mother of one of the kids. And it's like, and then you kind of realize that they're in a parallel universe of their town. And when they die in the parallel universe, that's when they get to go back to the real world. And then it got
Wow.
canceled.
What?
It was awful. And you know what it got canceled for?
What?
The Hype House show.
The what?
The Hype House show.
Where's
Remember
that?
Do you not remember the Hype House?
No.
Oh my god, that was like
Am I uncultured? I think I'm uncultured, guys.
that was like one of those influencer houses where they were all just horrible people, and that was their content.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what it got canceled for.
No, but yeah, that's crazy. That reminds me of like in Doctor Strange 2, when you sleep in Doctor Strange 2, like
Yeah.
when they sleep, they it was such a corny concept, but Sam Raimi, and I love Sam Raimi. When you sleep, your dreams are your parallel self, which I loved. My favorite line is when Doctor Strange meets evil Doctor Strange. He's like, "You ever had that dream when you're falling, like you've been pushed off a ledge? That was probably me." And his third eye opens.
I
like,
don't remember that part.
I love that line. That line, it's so scary and corny. Like that movie is so corny. I love corny lines like that. Like that line was like, oh, that's such a creepy line. Like I actually like Doctor Strange too. Like a lot of people don't like that movie, but
I don't know. I feel like at a certain point I stopped keeping up with the Marvel movies.
before we get into that though, we have to take a quick ad break. I'm pretty sure because
Period.
we're like, I don't know what we're at. So I might as well just press one of these. I don't know what it's gonna be. So here we go. No.
This is WIUR Radio.
Hi, this is Anthony Carlo, TV news reporter in New York City and proud alum. If you're looking for a career in media, Iona is the place to be. From internships to real-world experience, Iona's media program is unprecedented.